Please share. Please share. What's going on, man? We'll be right back. We're going to talk some Rhode Island High School football week 2. What is going on? Yeah, shout out to Coach Bell. Another tribute. Gonna dedicate this whole season to Coach
Great
Bell.
guy. I got to know him a little bit over the last few years. Hall of Fame, legendary coach of Rhode Island. Multiple successful campaigns in different places from Middletown to Salve. I know some people really well that coach with Coach Bell, and they always raved about him as a person, his work ethic. Just a great guy to be around. I got to know him a little bit over the years, and I know he cared a lot about his student athletes. He cared about winning, and he was very passionate about the game of football. He will be sorely missed. I consider him a colleague, a friend, a mentor.
Again,
Always was
salute
successful.
Coach Bell.
Great coach.
We're gonna get this started. Talk some week 2 Rhode Island High School football. We're gonna talk rankings and everything. I'm gonna explain the rankings. See if I understand them. I don't know.
He was a great one in Rhode Island, a Hall of Fame coach.
Quick moment to wish our deepest condolences to the Bell family, to all of Aquidneck Island, to all of the Rhode Island football community. On behalf of North Smithfield and our football program, we want to express our deepest condolences for the loss of Coach Bell. While I didn't personally know Coach Bell, the stories that you hear and the legacy that he's left behind certainly impact us all. So again, on behalf of the Northmen and North Smithfield football, we'd like to express our deepest condolences to all that Coach Bell touched. We're here in North Smithfield. We're with you guys, and again, so sorry for everybody's loss. Thank you.
On behalf of the Pilgrim football team, we would like to send our deepest condolences to the family of legendary Middletown head football coach Art Bell and the entire Islanders football community.
Coach Ferraro here from Barville, representing Bronco Nation. Our deepest condolences go out to the Art Bell family and the Middletown community, in which he was such a great influence for. Coach Bell was the ultimate competitor, raising the level of play everywhere he coached, Salve, Middletown, and all of Rhode Island. Thank you, Coach Bell, for making me a better coach every time that our team squared away. We knew we had to bring our best and prepare for a well-coached team and a man who represented much more than just football. Great mentor, role model. Coach, rest in peace.
Hey, Mikey. So on behalf of Westwood Wizards and myself, just want to give my condolences to the Bell family for their loss. May the Lord's compassion and empathy be with you. May you be surrounded with those who love you in this time of mourning. God bless you.
There we go. What is going on, everybody? Damn, we had to see Diddy at the end of that. What is going on, everybody, man? Welcome. Kevin Keep It Real podcast, man. Week 2 is done, man. The RPIs, they're already broken down. A lot of people don't really understand them, so we're going to tell you some scores, some good games, man. SK, man, being really, really surprised. I can't say how surprised I am with SK. I'm surprised Middletown is down right now. They clashed with SK. Both are considered, great teams in Division 2 last season. Middletown, Super Bowl winners. So the Super Bowl is theirs until, well, that was actually in Division 3. But they're still Super Bowl winners, moving down to Division 2. SK wins that 28-6. Last time they played, they had a nice high-scoring game, racking up 35 points. But Middletown just struggling to find the rhythm right now. Let me know if y'all hear me. I have to make sure this is all good. But I'm sure it definitely left Middletown in a tough place. Middletown don't want to be in that place. They've been since Kessler came into Middletown. Since Kessler came into Middletown, he's been very, very competitive over there. Very, very tough. Just keeps it in the mix. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Narragansett moving down to Division 4 played Davies with the final score of 20-24. What a close game this was. Both teams going back and forth, but Davies, they managed to hold on and get that W. Making great plays. Barterville Broncos, man. What can I say about the Broncos, man? Jelinus, Logan Jelinus, and I always talk about his brother Jake. Shout out to Jake Jelinus, back when he was playing just a couple of years ago. The days are long, the years are short. Putting up 73 touchdowns, over 5,000 yards for Barterville, and now we have his little brother Logan in his senior year, really turning it up. Had a game against Mount Pleasant last week. That game was basically 12 minutes to go to play to the half. That game was pretty much in the books. Logan put up 3. They ran 3 in. So very great performance. And then they played Barrington this week. Barrington lost to Cumberland last week. The defense was key for Barterville Broncos, winning that game 14-6. West Warwick, man, no one has confidence in West Warwick. I mean, I believe in West Warwick. Shout out to Coach Pennington. Shout out to the West Warwick administration, but everyone's picking against West Warwick, right? They had a convincing win at Shea, 21-6. West Warwick's balanced attack and strong defense stands were instrumental in the victory. So shout out to Coach Pennington. And what a game over at Cranston West. They edge out Portsmouth, right? Another 1-point game for Cranston West. They beat North Kingstown last week, a 1-point game. And I think that upset of the week because no one expected Cranston West to go in and beat NK. So, and then they do it again this week by a score of 27-26, playing a Portsmouth team that a game that went back and forth with both teams, showing a lot of resilience, what I was told, right? But Cranston West came out on top in a crazy, crazy finish, right? Westerly Bulldogs and East Providence. Salute to East Providence, but you got all the tools. They got all the tools up there, but they can't build on it. I don't know. The Providence Journal had East Providence ranked at 10th, and respect to East Providence. I mean, they got the fields. They got a brand new campus. I mean, they have it all, but why can't East Providence build on that? Now, let me know if the sound is good, because I haven't had a chance to double check, go online and check it. But why can't East Providence put together anything? What is going on in East Providence? The Journal had them at 10th, and I thought that was crazy. The line was small in East Providence, so. But I wish East Providence a lot of luck. But right now, it doesn't look too good. Westerly, after West Warwick played East Providence last week, and the score kind of not even compared to what the game was. Branch just had his way, ran all over the field. The quarterback, Cardoza, over there at West Warwick, did a very good job spreading the ball out when they played EP. And then this week, you got Landon Husero. Shout out to him. Getting it done, man, connecting all over the field. They had no answer for Westerly's offense. The week before, you seen Cummins against Charahoe having a very, very good game. I think his name's Daniel, but you didn't really see him. They didn't really use him this week. I guess you don't want to, the freshmen. So we'll see what they do next week. But Bulldogs shutting them out 26-0. Defense was impenetrable, while their offense capitalized on every opportunity to score. Let me tell you, Coventry, right? I picked against Coventry to win. I picked Tolman to win that game. I didn't think Coventry was going to be able to bully Tolman, and we could tell by the score it was not a damn bully match, right? So Coventry secures that win with a victory over Tolman 23-21, 2-point game. The game featured different lead changes, and it says it was a testament to both teams and determination, but Coventry's late game execution proved decisive. Now, I know Coventry was having a problem with the line. So as the season goes on, we'll have more scores. We'll talk to some coaches. Shout out to Wes Pennington. Shout out to Jeff Piver. What's going on over there? Listen, I want to know what is going on at Cranston East, man. Cranston East stalling, having trouble getting it going. You're down 2 games already. You fall last night to Pilgrim, 13-6. Now I know it's going to take Coach Cook some time to build, but bro, you know in Division 3, you gotta secure a couple wins. You have to secure a couple wins. You have to make the playoffs. Come on, Coach Cook, you're coming in there with like what they say, 800 win percentage over at Pono. So you did very, very well. You did very well. You go to Coventry, you run a good program over there. Last year, shout out to Alejandro for letting you step in and take over that program. Everyone said the ball guy runs the show. The ball guy. So Middletown SK, I already said that was 28-6. Davies and Narragansett, 2 tough teams, Division 4. A lot of people question, what the hell is Narragansett doing in Division 4? Davies and Narragansett, 24-20. Now, Davies pushed them to 2-0. Narragansett goes to 1-1. So Coach Blessing over there doing what he does, right? West Warwick and Shea, man. What a dominant game. West Warwick Wizards over Shea. 28-7 was the final in that game. The scorer checked in and was 21-7. Wet conditions was fair. Let's see what the matchup says. Branch right now, 129 yards. Corona passing yards per game, 115 yards per game. Branch total yards per game, 181 yards per game receiving. Cazares over there has 11 tackles. It looks like rushing yards per game. West Warwick's putting up 222 rushing yards per game. That is crazy. I want to go get some coffee, but what I wanted to do is, let me see if I can find it. I wanted to talk a little bit about the rankings over there on Max Preps. How the rankings are going to go for playoffs. We're kind of going to break it down together. Oh, yeah. Also, my bad. The Lincoln High School game. Where is it? Here we go. Lincoln High School, Moses Brown. Now, is this final right? It says right here, 13-18, Lincoln High School ahead. So, let me go over here and check that out. Not there. Not there. All right, come on. So let's pull up the RPI index, right, and show you guys. All right, let's go. We're gonna go all divisions. First football, right? All divisions. All right, let me see if you can see it. Nope, hold on. Okay, here it is. All divisions, right? So this is what the playoffs is going to be based on, right? I'll show you the rankings, all divisions, and then we'll go over how RAIL breaks this down. You know, but do me a favor, share this fast, please. I really need a damn cup of coffee. Share this pretty fast. But now look, we have LaSalle up in the front, right? LaSalle at number 1. So right now, LaSalle is their number 1 ranked team in Rhode Island, according to the RPI. Right, we go to number 2. We have Bishop Hendricken. Never a surprise to see Bishop Hendricken over there. You know, I think Bishop Hendricken's gonna have a crazy ass solid year. Now, over on the right, it says win percentage. You know, LaSalle's at 13.33333. You know, opponents win percentage 1.2. Right? So that's Division 1. So now you have in second, you have Bishop Hendricken. And they have a win percentage of 10. And opponents' win percentage is 3.5. Now, I would think that, I mean, the 1.2 is the lower the win percentage, the better the opponent, but Cranston West in third, right? Division 1, right? So Cranston West right now, it says they're sitting at 3-0 with a win percentage of 8.6. So their RPI, the overall RPI, is 5.8. I know, right? Confusing. Let's go over a few of these, and then I'll show you a page where they break this shit down. Well, just bear with me. Cumberland, 4. Number 4 in Division 1 is Cumberland. So if you were doing your rankings, and I had Cumberland ranked second. I think Rube had them like 18 or 19. Then they started working down, but I had Cumberland ranked up there to start the season. So then we have Burrillville, right? Shout out to Burrillville. We were just talking a little bit about Burrillville. Their overall RPI is 4.8, right? 2-0. They have a win percentage of 8 and opponents' win percentage of 0. So means their opponents don't really have much of a win percentage combined. Right. So number 6, you have SK, 4.8 as well, Division 2. So now let's surprise you, right? SK is actually the number 1 team right now in Division 2. With a win percentage of 8 and opponents' win percentage of 0. Let's see. SK over in Division 1. They're in 7th. They have a win percentage of 4.2. And what kind of speed true this? Coventry, I don't see. I mean, the 1 and 2, I don't know. According to this, maybe the league's going to readjust this and everything, but Coventry right now is 2.0 with a win percentage of 7.3. And I know Coventry lost last week and they won this week. So really they're 1-1. So they must really have to mess with all of these damn numbers, right? So let's just see for shits and giggles. Mount Pleasant, they would be in 9th overall. Pontigansett in 10th overall. You know, Moses Brown in 11th overall. West Warwick in 12th. You know, with a win percentage of 6.0, and an overall RPI of 3.6. You follow me? Yeah, right. I didn't think so. That's crazy, right? So this is basically, if the playoffs were today, this is where it would be in that particular division. Let me get the so that's what it would be in that particular division. Now I'll go to we'll go to each division. Well, first we'll get to some of this because that's all friggin' crazy unless you kind of understand. Oops. No, don't leave. I guess you understand this. And this is what the playoffs are going to be based on. So you could technically, oh, where is it? You could technically beat a team with a better record. Okay, here it is. So now RAIL is moving to a new system, basically. They're moving over to a new system that's going to start this season. You know, and we'll check all this stuff out too, right? But what is RPI formula and where did it come from? RPI stands for Ratings Percentage Index. You know, it tells you to go to the Wikipedia is a good starting point for those looking to become familiar with the formula. But it's basically a way to measure a team's strength relative to other teams, you know, based on strength of their schedule. So they look at who your opponent's win percentage and your win percentage. So what the formula is, it's 0.60 of the modified win percentage, right? And then you add that with 0.40 of your opponent's win percentage. And the league says don't worry about it because we'll take care of these numbers for you. A major advantage of the RPI is the transparency that comes along with its accuracy. So the components of the formula are known and its results can be easily replicated. What data will be used in the formula? Well, all games played in the regular season shall be counted towards the RPI calculation. And that's why they have to fix them numbers I was showing you earlier. They have to fix them, with the exceptions of games against non-varsity opponents and games against non-member schools. Where will the RPI standards be published? RAIL.org. How are the components of the formula calculated? Now, I'll give you a chance to read this, check it out, go over it. I'm going to go make a cup of coffee. But this is basically how it is calculated. Does class understand? No, I didn't think so. Yeah, check this out. Read this. Give me a minute. All right, we back. I had to make some coffee. So basically, we're looking at the way that Rhode Island is now doing the playoffs. And of course, that friggin' thing came on. Hold on. So looking at how we do the playoff format, even though the playoff is a long time coming, but a lot of people don't really know how this format is broken down. So modified win percentage, you divide the number of points earned by the number of total games you played. A tie is worth a half a point. If a win in a contest gives a winning percentage of 1.0, a tie would give that contest a winning percentage of 0.500. And if you look down, the opponent's winning percentage, now that's the OWP. And if you look on the, let me see if I still have it up. Am I supposed to say pause? Let me see. And if we look on the I'll get it right now. I'll get it in a second. The opponent's win percentage, so average that modified winning percentage of a team's opponent. This is not calculated the combined record on points of the opponent, but instead by averaging each modified winning percentage of the opponent. Sounds complicated because it is. All games involving the team whose RPI is being calculated are ignored in this process. All games involving the team whose RPI is being... All right, so the opponent's winning percentage, the opponent's winning percentage, you need a damn math degree. The same process as described above, except calculated for the opponent of a team's opponent. That there is an exception for out-of-state teams, which is addressed in this next section. And this can be addressed for guys like Mike Washington, who played out, well, if he would have won that game, but salute to him. But from what I heard, that was the most disciplined team that he probably faced, you know. So if you're playing out-of-state schools and they have 0 to 500 students, right? That'll be a D4 school. 500 to 1,000 students will be a D3 school. So that's how you would separate these points. 1,000 to 1,500 students, a D2 school, and 1,500 students plus a D1 school. And this kind of makes me think that this is where RAIL is going to go with the realignment in the next couple of seasons. I spoke with someone on the principal committee and I talked to them about the alignment process, and he said that the athletic directors should have a committee, have a realignment committee, and discuss different ways that they could do the realignment. Now, any ideas that you all have, I could forward them. And they could take them, take them to the meeting. But the athletic directors should probably have a realignment committee. So look over some of that. I want to pull up the... there we go. Because no one's ever happy with the realignment. I like this realignment this year. So we're gonna look at Division 1 because I already showed you all divisions. So right now you have LaSalle in first, Bishop Hendrick in second, Cranston West ranked third, Cumberland's ranked 4th. Burrillville is ranked 5th. St. Ray's is ranked 6th. North Kingstown is ranked 7th. Portsmouth 8. Central 9. And Barrington 10. Now, all Division I teams will make the playoffs this year. So if the playoffs were today, the top 4 teams, LaSalle, Bishop Hendricken, Cranston West, and Cumberland, will all go for the state championship. And the loser goes home. It's not like it used to be. Now, on the other page, now let me show you. You with me? This is the D1. As of right now, this is the D1 rankings. So if the playoffs were to happen today, and I know it's a little early to be talking about this, but you want to know where everyone's ranked. This is how the ranking is going to be. LaSalle's up there at first, Bishop Hendricken, Cranston West. Then you have Cumberland, Burrillville, St. Ray's, NK, Portsmouth Central, and Barrington. Now with NK playing today, St. Ray's and Central playing today, this is going to change. And I think also the injury fund games might be into this. So I believe them games are going to be taken out. So, but I just want to show y'all, any thoughts on it? Put it in the comment section because, what do you think about this? So now, and that's where we said the OWP. Where was it? Right over here in the third column, you have WP, and then you have OWP, opponent's win percentage, in the other column. And it just breaks down how the out-of-state's going to be. Games against non-varsity teams counted towards RPI calculations. No. Then you want to play a JV team. Games against non-member teams counted towards the RPI calculation. And how are non-member schools defined? And it says, no, they are. If they're not non-member schools, then they are not a member of NFHS State Association. So only schools in Rhode Island that are part of RAIL are member schools. Does my opponent's win percentage and RPI rating go down if I win a game? No, this is a common misconception. The direct game is not factored into your RPI formula. So if your team plays a team that's 9-0 and you beat them, their record is now 9-1 for a winning percentage of 900. But because the direct game is not included in your team's calculations, they're factored in at 9-0 for the purpose of your RPI calculation. In other words, their winning percentage for your calculation remains at 1. Which I think it depended on the division, right? So this is true even if you play a team twice or 3 times. All direct games against that opponent are removed from the calculation. Do scrimmages count towards the RPI? No, of course not, right? So they should be... Listen to this, people that want to put their injury fund games up on Max Preps. You should not be putting these games on your official Max Prep schedule. Instead, put them on your team calendar in Max Preps. And we can give you more information on that if you want. You see a lot of teams, like Classical. When we go back and look at the Max Preps player ranking, it has Classical as a top quarterback. And they have one extra game. So, of course, you're going to have them extra yards. But Classical is, that coach is notorious for that. And that's a big reason why guys don't want to put stats up. But we need the stats up so we could talk about the kids, send them off to recruiters if they ask. So all sports will use a modifier to award points based on the division of the opponent. Now, non-football people, this is going to be used for all sports. So for soccer, field hockey, tennis, whatever you want to play. I seen in that state, Pennsylvania, they actually have sharpshooting. I was like, that would be dope. They have that up here, but they got that down there. So a team will always have a game value of 1, regardless of who they're playing. The points awarded for the win change according to that opponent. The result gives us a modified winning percentage. This is the number that will be used through the formula, including their opponent. So here is an example of how the win percentage is. In Cranston West, they have Middletown, Tollgate, right? So D2, Tollgate's the D3 school. So you have Cranston West, let's see, 0.6, Middletown, 0. They got 3. So they would all have a value of 1. The total points earned, which would be 6, 7, 8, 9. The total points earned. Now, this is you beat these teams. What it is, you got 6 points for that team because it was because it's a D2 team. You didn't win this game, so you didn't get any points. You beat the D3 team, so you got 3 points. So now you have a total of 9, and you're now going to divide that by the total games played. The modified win percentage in this scenario is 3.0 because you got 9 divided by 3. So we'll go back over here. Where was it? No, it wasn't there. So what happens if 2 teams are tied in the final RPI? Good question, right? So are you figuring all this RPI? You figuring all this RPI stuff out? But people just joining us. I'll bring you up on some scores. If you have any scores of games going on right now, let us know. I didn't even prep for this. I'm just kind of going. So EWG is at, that game is going on. LaSalle North Kingstown's going on right now. Woonsocket and Mount Pleasant will be playing. Ponegant and Hope High School. For SK and Middletown, 28-6. West Warwick beat Shea, 28-7. Cranston West, 27-6 over Portsmouth. Pilgrim beats on Cranston East, 13-6. Westerly over East Providence, 26-0. East Greenwich beats Central Falls, 19-2. And not to laugh at Central Falls, but they put them in Division 3. And I'll tell you the reason why. They have co-op schools, and the co-op schools is to save the city schools. Hope has a co-op. Central Falls has a co-op. EWG, which isn't a city school, but they have a co-op. But they do these basically to save these schools that are basically hurting. And Central Falls being in Division 3, this one didn't work on this alignment. But East Greenwich beat them 19-2. Rogers played Charahoe 45-0. Tiverton over Smithfield 27-13. Tiverton looks like they turned things around. You know, the last couple of years, they haven't really been good since the Gaychuk left. You know, and that's not a joke. Stop it. EWG Pro Football in Scituate, North Providence and Classical, St. Ray's and Central. That St. Ray's and Central game is going to be a good one. That could be a future matchup for the playoffs. LaSalle and NK, another matchup that could be for the playoffs. Okay, where was I? So yeah, I mean, there's definitely some good stuff going on here. Some good football being played. You know, some teams looking better than others. But yeah, there's just some good stuff going on. Come on, where's the widget now? Where the hell is it? Here we go. Playoff RPIs. I wanted to bring this back up. I want to bring the RPI back up. So we already did Division 2. Division 3's breakdown is looking like this. So right now, Ponagansett, according to the RPI, is the number one team. Rogers is the second. Rogers in second with a 4.8 win percentage, and your RPI is 2.88, with Ponagansett being 3.6, even though Ponagansett, you know, Pilgrim 2.8. So Pilgrim sitting in third, Charahoe sitting in fourth. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. North Providence sitting in fifth right now. Classical in sixth. Johnston in seventh. Cranston East in eighth. Hey, at least there's two other teams that Cranston East are better than right now. East Greenwich and Mount Hope. So that's the top 10 in Division 3 if the playoffs were to start today. But this is basically how the league is going to rank you. So it's not going to really be on your, you know, you could have a better win-loss record than your opponent, and you won't make the playoffs because of your win percentage. So now let's go to Division 4. And we got to get to this week, of course. There's still games going on. A lot of the games going on are probably today. But before today, you got Scituate. Wow, shout out to Scituate. I'm glad to see Scituate finally turning the corner. But they're playing good football. Well, they started off the season playing good football. So RPI for Scituate is 2.16. Their overall 3.6 win percentage, and their opponent's win percentage is 0. On Davies, 204. And then a big jump down to 152 for Narragansett, 1.32 for Tiverton, and the top 5 in Division 4, Smithfield, picking up a 1.16. I know. You're like, what the F? Tollgate, 1.1. Look at this. There's two teams, Tollgate, that I ain't even going to say it because my man Piver over there is sitting in 7th, you know, and EWG sitting in last. I can't say I'm surprised they graduated, you know, the last of Coach Fulton's, you know, squad when he was there, the team he took to the Super Bowl, you know, definitely had a good program over there. So they're definitely going to be in a rebuilding phase, and I don't even know what their numbers are. So people just joining us on Division 1. You got LaSalle, Bishop Hendricken, Cranston West, Cumberland, Burrillville, St. Ray's, North Kingstown, Portsmouth Central, and Barrington. This state is too small to have a top 20. Let's cut it out. I think top 20 is too many teams to be recognizing, because there isn't that many teams in Rhode Island. Someone said on Facebook that Rhode Island is D10 high school football. He said New England is D10, and I try to make an argument. I try to stick up for the coaches. It don't always work out the way you want it to work out. But I think Rhode Island, right? I think we have a good, strong football program. Yeah, it is an activity. Say what you want. But we got kids going to college all around the country. Rhode Island players up in the NFL. UMass Dartmouth, they're recruiting 25 to 31 players a year, back-to-back state champions. They actually just had a big win against Framingham. So shout out to Coach McCormick and the whole staff up there. We got Coach Barrows up there doing his thing, the new tight end coach up at UMass Dartmouth. Let me see if I could third quarter about to begin. If you want to watch Westerly Bulldog games, it's on they're on 321 Westerly. Yep, East Providence Police last night confirmed. Don't want to say it, and here's a good workout that you can actually do at home. I'll figure a way how to share that. But there's workouts that you can do at home. And here's a look at the ticker so you can see some of the scores. 28-6 Middletown. So that's basically how the RPI is. A lot of questions still to be remain. So, say if you're, you have a game value of 1, regardless of who you are playing, points awarded for the win change according to their opponent. The results give us a modified winning percentage. This is the number that was used throughout the formula. So, you got a win against Cranston West. You got a loss against Middletown. And you got a win against Tollgate, right? So that gives you a total value of 9 points. You take that 9 points over the amount of games played. You got the 9 points in 3 games. You divide that by 3. So your modified win percentage, what's 9 divided by 3? 3 times 3 is 9. What happens if teams are tied in the RPI standings? Well, there's a tiebreaker created for this. They say it's an unlikely scenario. Head-to-head result between the two teams. Then the winning percentage, then the opponent's winning percentage, then the highest rated win according to the final RPI standings. Like, you definitely need a math friggin'. You got to be a genius at damn math to figure this out. The next highest rated win exhausts all possibilities, right? But nope, there is another one. The only reason for a coin flip is a last result if all other scenarios happen to be a tie. Can we do something better than end with a damn coin flip, right? So this part is already done. How should teams be scheduled? The RPI, it takes the entire schedule into account. So don't be like overscheduling one game. It says see the entire schedule as a whole and try not to judge. You look at some guys, they're playing outside of their division and see if it works. I think Pilgrim, they're playing up. I think they're playing up to one. They're playing Woonsocket. I think they have a game against Burrillville. They have a game against Portsmouth. Now, let's say let's say that Blake Simpson and Pilgrim can beat them two Division I programs. Well, now they'll get the points of the Division I programs. So, does the score of the contest matter in the RPI formula? Only if it gives a winner and a loser. If it results in a tie, it said there's no score differential in the RPI formula. A one win counts the same as 100-1. What happens if a game's canceled or rescheduled? Good question, right? Because the RPI system works off the averages, and it's not going to make a difference in the final formula if a game can't be rescheduled. It would not be penalized nor benefit any team involved in this scenario. How do schools that drop programs affect the RPI? If a school drops the program prior to the start of their season, no forfeits will be involved. Their opponents now have open dates in the sports where they were scheduled to play teams who dropped their program, and they are free to find another game if possible. Some schools are playing out of state. Now, if the school drops out of the program before the season ends, hypothetically, if there's a team that can't go on and they have to say, you know what, we really can't go on. It's not safe for our program. Season started, so that will be a forfeit, and the remaining games will go to the opponents. Where should you be reporting scores? Continue reporting scores to our school today. All coaches have the emails. The scores will be synced to Max Preps, but coaches and ADs should monitor their schedule just to make sure it's correct. The official RPI feed will be calculated from results showing on Max Preps. And the standings will not be published for the first time. But we actually already have the standards up there, and they are published. Now, these are the points. These are the modifier comes into play. Division I is 10, 6 points for Division II. So you beat a Division I team, that's 10 points. Division III is 3.6. Division IV is 2.2. And out-of-state super division, is that 16? Like, yo. But what the hell is a super division? So that's basically how the RPI is, like, what the league thinks about it. I don't know. I mean, I think it's kind of crazy, kind of confusion. I just don't know what happened to like your damn win-loss record. You know, when was that all of a sudden no friggin' good? I'll tell you, that Central game, that Central St. Ray's game, you know, there's a good battle that's going to go on the line. If you're a trenchman, if you like the trenches, if you live in the damn trenches, check out St. Ray's. The kid's, he's a transfer from Bishop Feenan. Meech Sermos, probably one of the best linemen in the league, going up Amani over there at Central. Where the hell is my phone? Here it is. Let me see if I can find it. Going up against Amani over at Central. That should be a good matchup, but this game should definitely be this game should definitely be the Central St. Ray's game should definitely be game of the week. I mean, what a matchup that's going to be. Electrifying, right? With both teams, they're definitely going to be showcasing their best talent on the field. And St. Ray's now returning to Division I. You know, they built a great squad, and they're going to challenge the Knights. Is what expected to be a solid game filled with exciting matches. And one of the players to watch for St. Ray's is sophomore Tashid Brown, who had a career best performance last week against Coventry with 119 yards, just killing it. But his momentum is definitely going to be crucial as he looks to lead St. Ray's to victory. Is Central going to be able to stop him? Is he going to add to the intrigue? Is a new face on the roster? Watch out for number 17, Kamari Buchanan, a name that sounded familiar, a transfer from Catholic Memorial, but he's making waves as both a wide receiver and a defensive back. So, some things that people are saying that he's not just another player. Kamari is actually going to be, he's definitely going to be a division. Hang on a minute. Kamari's definitely going to be a Division I All-State candidate. I will be there at the end. Shout out to Coach Eddie Insco. Shout out to him, what they're doing at North Smithfield. And I know what he's talking about. He's talking about when I was saying North Smithfield, I believe they're 0-2. But he said he's going to be there at the end when the time is right to get his team up there. But number 17, Kamari Buchanan over at St. Ray's is definitely a future All-State candidate, and his impact could be significant on both sides of the ball. Now, on a defensive front, like I was saying, Central got a powerhouse in defensive tackle, Amani Rodriguez, who some say could be a top 5. I said top 5 defensive lineman in the game. And going against St. Ray's, Meech Sermos, a standout center that came from Bishop Feenan, who really went through the fire over there at Bishop Feenan. We got Patriot guys, Brewski's over there. I think Mankins is over there. So Meech Sermos definitely was playing with some good people over there. And this is going to be a clash in the trenches. And it's going to be a critical battle that could bring the game either way. The skill positions for Central Knights, though, they're going to go head-to-head with some great playmakers. St. Ray's brought in a great, great program this year. And let's not forget about Nelson Martinez, who I think he's nursing a hurt shoulder because he got hit during the NK game and it separated his non-throwing shoulder. So I'm sure Central, St. Ray's, they're going to bring their A game. I get so damn excited. And some great games again. South Kingstown, what a game. They showcased their strength with a commanding victory over Middletown, finishing that game 28-6. Waiting for Middletown to catch that lightning in the bottle, man. When is Middletown when's Middletown gonna set it off? But we waiting for Middletown, to definitely get it rocking, set it off. Let's go. UMass Dartmouth had a big win last night. Narragansett fell short against Davies. The final score 21-24. What a close game. Both teams trading the lead, but Davies managed to hold on for the win. The Broncos, man, some opinion could have the best quarterback in the league right now. In Logan Jelinas, a score of 14-6 over Barrington. Defense was key for the Broncos. West Warwick, man, no one has faith in West Warwick. A lot of people picking against West Warwick, and I think that's one of the better teams in the division. Corona spreading the ball around. Branch, Swanson, definitely got a great 1-2 punch over there, beating Shea 21-6. Cranston West with another 1-point game after beating NK last week by 1 point. Now you beat Portsmouth 27-6, and the game was back and forth, which is why Cranston West is up there in the rankings. So, it's not where you play, it's who you play, I guess, because it depends. Make sure the teams you play, the schedule you set. The Bulldogs continued a dominant performance against East Providence. Like I said, East Providence has all the tools. They got all the materials. Why can't East Providence build? Why the hell can't East Providence build, man? I'm like, yo, like, what's going on? No, I just wish East Providence can get that figured out. But yeah, St. Ray's, big game at home against Central. That game should be going on right now. It should have just started. Central took a loss in their last matchup and will be looking to turn the tables on St. Ray's. Yeah, they got beat by Milton last week, like 35-0. It wasn't even funny. St. Ray's coming off a fresh win with Coventry. St. Ray's beat them 33-14. The win made back-to-back victories for the Saints. Like I said, the Saints really built their team up. Underclassman Tashid Brown, who threw for 119 and 3 tutties, rushed for 36 yards. That was a new career high for him, according to Max Preps. Amon Northup Reed picked up 55 receiving yards and 2 tutties. And don't forget about Kamari Buchanan, like I was telling you, and Tyler Reeder, another kid you got to keep an eye on. Both of them had picks on, but Central, like I said, they fell to Milton. 35-0 loss, but Milton's very defensive, disciplined team. So St. Ray's now comes up to 2-0, so they're waiting to see what happens to Central. Their defeat was their 6th straight on the road, dating back to last season, who drops them to 1-1. But yeah, so as the season progresses, competition's going to get a whole lot harder. Damn, P. Diddy is in so much trouble, that dude, man. That's crazy. Yeah, competition should definitely get a lot harder. It should be a good season. It should be a good season. Let me see if there's any scores yet. Nope, Scituate EWG. Mount Pleasant and Woonsocket's at 1. Central and St. Ray's is in progress. Scituate and EWG. That game is in progress as well. So, yeah, we're going to have to definitely, you could probably check some games out. Maybe Fans Only Sports has some of the games. I can't play them, but I will check and see if they actually have them. Let's see. Let's see. They got URI men's ice hockey. You can now check out the 2024 Admirals over there on Fans Only Sports. They have a pretty good website. You can't even complain. Look, Central and St. Ray's 0-0. NK and LaSalle today at 1. So them are the games that Fans Only Sports are going to have. So they probably got the St. Ray's game. Yeah, they got Brown games. They got PC Sports Club, Bryan Sports Club. They got all kinds of stuff going on at the Fans Only Sports Network. So go check them out. And Rhode Island Sports Network, shout out to what they have going on as well. Rhode Island Sports Network, they actually put out a top 10 list. I don't have it with me, but shout out to Rhode Island Sports Network and go to Fans Only Sports and, say what's up to Ronnie and see what they have going on. You want to watch some games. NFHS is another place to watch some high school games. UMass Dartmouth had another dominant game last night. Let me see if I can get the details here. I think they scored like 50-something points. They've been averaging like 60-something points a game. So they've been going crazy. And we actually have great articles over on Newsbreak. Check that out. Trying to do some things, I do this for a passion. Here we go. Football shines 58-13 Gold Rush win over the Rams. So UMass Dartmouth, even though nobody in Rhode Island covers them, which is crazy. Nobody covers them in Rhode Island, and they've been killing it. I mean, Coach McCormick did a great job recruiting. Look at number 91. Oh, I'll just wait here. I'll wait here, Coach. And the Russian look, 358 yards rushing. Total yards for UMass Dartmouth, 461. 103 passing yards, 358 rushing yards. Like, this running back room is crazy. Kevin Brown went to URI. Don't know why URI didn't give this kid what he needed to stay. I think he's number 13, Kevin Brown. 358 yards. 24 first downs. 5 out of 15 third downs. 4 out of 9 fourth downs. Time of possession, pretty close. 30 minutes and 8 on 29-19. In Framingham State, Ronnie Spazzato, that's a Framingham State guy. 221 total yards. 171 yards. God, the Bulldogs doing a little better than Framingham State. 50 rushing yards. My goodness. 9 penalties for 63. 9 first downs. 5 out of 16 for thirds. 1 for 2 for fourth down. Angel Sanchez got a pass from Dante Santos Aviles. They connect right away every game. 7-minute mark in the first quarter. And then the second quarter at 13:27, Rams Fields, Trevon, 1-yard run, 6 plays, 66 yards. That took 2:18. Scores tied up right there at 7-7. And at 13:16, UMass Dartmouth, Eli Matthews, 74-yard kickoff with the score. A nice kickoff return. Jalen Aponte, 23-yard pass from Dante. McManus kind of kicks, 9 plays, 68 yards. I think that was a problem kicking. Gene Marvins, another dominant back for UMass Dartmouth. 3-yard run, 2 plays, 37 yards to bring the score to 27-6. In the third quarter, it was the Kevin Brown show with a 3-yard run, 4 plays, 26-yard touchdown to make it 32-7. And it wasn't over. Kevin Brown was like, give me the ball, coach. He went for an 8-yard run, 11 plays, 61-yard time of possession, 4 minutes and 8 seconds. The third quarter, you could say, was all UMass Dartmouth. Gene Marvins again with a 45-yard run to make it 44-7. Dante Santos Alves again at 14:56, a 1-yard run, 9 plays, 19 yards, making it 51-7. It was all over but the crying. A 75-yard pass from Cole Donovan 3 plays, 78 yards. You should have been doing that all game, Framingham. What are you doing? 13-51 at that point. Game is over. Makai Wilson with a 3-yard run, 8 plays, 84 yards to make the final 58-13. Dante Santos, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 103 yards and 9 completions. Players mentioned: number 7, Jalen Aponte, Dante Al Santos. Number 1, Logan Chappelle in his 5th season. Karis Cordell, Mike Herrickson, Marvin Jean, Xavier Lopes, Eli Matthews, Angel Sanchez, and Makai Wilson. Yo, getting it done up there at UMass Dartmouth, man. So now they're like 3-0. So we'll see after all these games. We'll see what the stats come down to. Shit, they be playing some damn football. But we talked enough, man. Appreciate everybody. I hope all that information was useful with the RPI. And if you need any of that information, let me know. You can go back and check this out. But congratulations to all the damn programs. But I wanted, before we end this, go check out, you have to see this. You go on YouTube, which I'm going to actually show you how it's done. You got to see this, man. Go on YouTube, go to Team Dollar. Now, we don't want episode 4, but that's the episode 4 is the aftermath. Go to Team Dollar. Right now they're up to 4 episodes. You got Us versus Us, wins and losses. Episode 2, David versus Goliath was one of my best episodes. The week they play Bishop Hendricken. But go check this out. Team Dollar, Mikey Washington.
This is not a team that you can play good 1, 2, 3 quarters and expect to come up in W. This is something that you play your best and may not be good enough. Whenever you're playing a team that has been the poster boy of success for Rhode Island high school football, never mind high school football, high school sports in Rhode Island, that's everybody's David and Goliath story, and this is ours right now.
We beat this team, it would change the narrative for pretty much anybody in the city, especially in the city of Providence watching.
I think very similar to when I first started at Hendrick, and I can see Mike, he's putting things on those kids where he has a high level of expectations to him. I think in society, sometimes we always think that, you can't push kids too hard. They'll break, they'll crack. I think the kids that want to be there and the tough kids will be there. And
I mean, Mike has to push the kids in Providence. Right across the street, you got the homeless shelter. And when you drive by us, your YMCA, you see nothing but drugs. You see people outside, just dirty grime. And that's right outside the other side of the fence. So I think Coach Washington, city schools like Coach Addison, you have to teach them kids hard.
And our kids got to get ready for the challenge when we play them.
Hendricken's last loss to a public school.
Oh, and then as
championship bracket, it's usually just implied that the private schools are going to be in it, and they kind of created the Division I bracket so the public schools can kind of play in that, and that's kind of been the story in Rhode Island the past couple of years. They've been doing 2 championships to kind of hide the fact that the publics and privates, there should be some separation between the two, but
facts.
It is what it is. Like I said, man, we ready to play, and
should there be separation between the publics and privates?
Teach my kids to have the mentality that, no matter who you out there playing, it's 11 on 11, it's a hat on a hat at the end of the day. So
behind the line of scrimmage, and it's a loss on the play. There's one man in the backfield, number 5. It's Prince Quay, and taken down behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll bring up 4th down. And this should roll us out the end of the first quarter with no score between the Knights and the Hawks.
Assuming it doesn't go out of bounds, we need to make sure we umbrella and maintain. I understand how you're dying. Just try to do your best to chase down the
You understand your man, do your best to get down there. This is lit right here.
That one hits off of the Hendrick and Hawk, and the Knights fall on top of it. So a miscue on special teams. Central again struggling to move the football, so they'll take it. They'll start this drive all the way on the Hendrick side of the field. And this time it's a direct snap. Trying to get to the outside edge.
Coach Kaleo, shout out to him.
Barflay takes the snap. He's going to play some quarterback too. He throws it downfield looking, and that one is going to be intercepted by the
it's
Hawks.
picked by Peter Bibby. Oh, no, that ain't Bibby. Bibby's number 5.
Lynch takes the snap, hands it off, hit initially, and rolling off of it is Duran trying to get to the edge.
I mean, Duran, you call him a ringer, bring him in from out of state. That's the advantage teams like Bishop Hendrick can have. They can bring guys in from out of state. You know, I talked to Gary Goodhart yesterday in Virginia. He said they got NILs where the school can NIL the player. Like the school could pay for the player to come play at that school. And I was like, could that work in Rhode Island? He said, if you're under NFHS, possibly. I was like, that's like crazy. But Bishop Hendrick and St. Ray's brought a kid in from Seekonk. They got the other kid from Catholic Memorial. Bishop Hendrick brought Duran in from Massachusetts.
10 minutes left to go in the opening half between the Central Knights and the Bishop Hendrick Hawks. Need the 30-yard line. Play action. Pressured, and Lynch is taken down. Big defensive play this season.
Yeah, but this was lit. You gotta go watch this. Tale of a Night. It's over on YouTube. Team Dolla. Dolla with a DOLLA TV on YouTube. Go watch this. A Tale of a Night. Central Washington. Yeah, Central Washington. Mike Washington. Central Knights. It's right there. Team Dolla TV. Go check that out, man. Go check that out. Right now, they're on season 4, The Aftermath. There's some great things over there. Some great episodes. And go subscribe to Mike's channel. The Tale of a Night, season 1. I think they have a couple seasons on track. So
Survivor's remorse. See, we grew up in a time where after,
like he said earlier, like they don't even clean our streets. You know, East Providence don't have to deal with this. NK don't have to deal with this. You know, a lot of these programs don't have to deal with what Providence has to deal with. And I talked about the other day, Crossroads, Rhode Island is building a new like 80, 90, 100, whatever it is, $200 million building. And all you see is hypodermic needles outside, people doing drugs, you know. If you ever drive by where JR's Fast Lane used to be, where the YMCA is, you know, you drive by there, and it's all the people hanging out on that corner, and that's Crossroads. And when they knock that building down, that area is going to have a rat problem. And I know it's Providence, say what you want, but it's going to have a rat problem like it never seen. You know, so can't we build a field for Central? Out of that 80, 90, 100 million, you got 1.7 handy. But we're going to talk about the building field, Crossroads, what they plan on doing, all the tents in that area, people sleeping on the sidewalks. We're going to check that out.
after your football season, you wouldn't see a coach until the season started again. See him.
He's right, though. Remember, once upon a time, you wouldn't see a damn coach until the damn season started. But we're going to go over some of this. We're going to react to this. I'll play it for you. Not now, but look at the church. Been there for a while. I grew up in this neighborhood right about, you come down here, probably right over, let's see, here's the fire station thing. Oh no, here it is. Right here. This is where Buckland Street is. Waldo Street. You know what I mean? Right on Waldo Street is where I was raised, actually. But bet you would have never known, little white boy. You know, yeah, me and Dwayne Applegate, man, we used to terrorize that neighborhood. Terrorize them. But yep, check them out. I'll leave you with some more of the Central Knights as we end this, man. Appreciate everybody. You know, go check this out. Team Dollar TV
Here in Providence,
on the Tool over on YouTube. Check it out.
it's time for the next generation to break the generational curse that we fell from. It's time to inspire the next generation, to inspire the next generation. We starting our own narrative. This is real. This is us. This is our story. This is Central.
Don't hit the line of scrimmage! All right. To put 11 and a half on the ball all night long! All right. Let's go. Good, there you go. Good. Yeah.
Do you really want to live in mediocrity your whole life, fellas? Do you? Really, fellas?
Plan is just to get out of here, just go somewhere nice. Make sure that my last name and my name as a person just lives up to what I want it to be.
It's like if we beat this team, it would change the narrative for pretty much anybody in the state, in the city, especially in the city of Providence watching.
It hurts a little bit. On the side, guys.
My expectations for the program and where I want to take the program to is to be the #1 team in the state.
Show me an undefended chance. Show me you want to whoop some ass. Show me. All I do is hear it. All I do is hear it. Show me. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
After all these years, we still holding on. This be a letter to my mom.
Hi, people.
Rodriguez pass intended.
The drugs and my sister had us wearing apart. Invitations in the OJs I would hear in the park. You was a singer before my career had a mark. The inspiration you would coach me. When my pops passed, you was lonely. All your mistakes, they would mold me. Be anything you want, so exactly what you told me. 11 years old, you brought me that karaoke.
Load up that queen.
And we out of here, man. Appreciate everybody. So go check that out. Team Dollar TV. Once I fixed, I got some sound issues. Then we'll have some, I guess some coaches up in here. But Team Dollar TV.